boy Dave Saxologist here. Today I have another outstanding guest. He is a multi-instrumentalist, a producer, a former bodyguard, and a hell of a keyboard player. And this brother goes by the name of Chris Big Dog Davis. How you doing, Big Chris?
What's going on, brother? Everything is love.
Hey man, you know what? I really appreciate you joining me, man, because I know you're a busy man. Like you said, you was up in the lab a little earlier, man. So I
Yeah,
hear you.
and please forgive me, man. I forgot. I knew there was something going on, but I got caught up in this. I'm doing this a remake of Charlie Wilson. I'm blessed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
putting it out for a smooth jazz artist. So yeah, that's where I was at. I was just getting into it too. So,
Yeah, yeah,
and then I seen your text. I'm like, oh, that's right. I forgot, man. So,
yeah.
yeah, that's what music does to you, brother.
Hey, I know that's right, man. You know what I'm saying? So hey man, let's start at the beginning, brother. I was reading your bio, man. It said you started playing the piano at 4 years old. Was that right?
Yeah, yeah, we all have gifts. So I was blessed with the gifts. My parents was my father was a deacon in church, and my mother was the choir director. And previously, our family's from Elizabeth, North Carolina. So all my dad brothers, they all sung. And my mother was in a group, a professional group called the Heavenly Echoes. So there was music, talent, and in the family and stuff like that. So that's the breed I come from.
Yeah, I can see that, man. So what drew you to the keyboard that early?
Well, my parents,
Yeah.
there's music in the house every day. Rehearsals. My dad singing with his brothers. They sung quartet. And my mother was like the caravans, what I mean, the
Okay.
women back then, the women quartets, the Andrews
Right.
sisters, the caravan, Shirley Caesar, Dorothy Norwood. So that was my mother thing, and I was the pianist, playing for her. So I had to learn those songs. So that's where it came from, and as they say, and we all have gifts, and they was like, oh, you was born with a gift, because at an early age. And there's a lot of especially in today's time, there's a lot of gifted young kids out there, man, like incredible, coming from the church background or all types of background now.
Right. Yeah, that's you're right about that, man. So as you were growing up, you had all that influence in the house. So when did you put these keys together and everything and then say, you know what, this is what I really want to do right now? When
Yeah,
did
but
that
that was
come?
yeah, but that was later in life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I wanted to grow up as a regular kid. I
Yeah.
couldn't go outside. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at all the kids playing snowballs and mud balls, and running races, and I was on the piano crying. You know what I mean? But my mother was like, "Nah, nah, you gotta learn that material and stuff." So, um, I have great gratitude now that she kept me in that room. But it was way, way late until I got out of the Marine Corps that I said, okay, I'm going to go do music for the rest of my life. So, yeah, because I missed my whole childhood growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
like being a regular kid, my joint was until I was like, I think 18 or 21. My joint was practicing choir rehearsal. It was all that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know you're a man of faith too, because which brings me to my question about your latest release, Songs of David, man. What was the
Yes.
inspiration behind that?
Well, I got inspired through that. I was on. I'm a. I like watching YouTube, TV. Current events. I love. Matter of fact, in high school, that's the only A+ I got was current events because I love the news and what's going on in the world and stuff like that. So on Netflix, there was a documentary called David about 2 years ago, and I seen that, and that really the higher power laid that on my heart, and how David was a skillful musician. I mean, he played the harp, but I think he did more than that. But harp was his main music. And after that, I went and studied on David and found out who he was. And then God had just led me in that way. He was like, you don't did a lot of music in your time on this earth. And I have did gospel and stuff like that, but he was like, why don't you do something for me? And that's how that Songs of David came up.
Yeah, it's a great project too. I was listening to it, man. I'm a faith man myself, man. I was like, man, yeah, that's a beautiful masterpiece you got there, man.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, and I really didn't care if it did anything. I just did what God told me to do. That was the blessing
yeah,
of that all of doing what He tells you to do, and then let Him handle it. So it didn't get no airplay. It didn't do none of that. But on the inside of my heart is where that really made me feel some type of way spiritually.
no, it's all right, man. So outside of
Yeah.
your family, all that talent in your family, outside of them, who were some of your earlier influences on the piano or the keyboard yourself, though? Who were some of the guys?
Well, until I was like 18 or 20 some years old, it was just all gospel. So, I mean, the James Cleveland, Edwin Hawkins, Andre Crouch. I started venturing off and into that room there. But mostly I grew up on was classical and gospel music.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's so. Did you when you were learning, did you start out playing by ear, or did
I
you just
started I started playing by ear, and then at the age of 5, my mother got me music teachers through the community. Back in the day, this is like 64, 65, when I was like 4 or 5 years old. They had public music in schools. They don't have them too much now. So the teacher, it was a black music teacher. Her name was Miss Baskerville. And she heard me, when we used to do music class. So they put me on the piano and the little kid xylophone thing, and had many colors up there. And they give us a stick. So when that joint used to roll by, I should do some crazy stuff on it. They were like, "Yo, man, you playing like jingle bells on that joint, man." So they figure out, like, wow, he's got incredible talent. So from there, from 5 years old until I was like 18, I was in school, after school programs. I went to Yale University for 4 years at the age of 14, and
wow?
then I went to Hart School of Music. I studied with Jackie McLean for a couple years there. So yeah, uh, my my mother and the teachers that I had was all private. They took me underneath my wings. You know what I mean? I think my mother never paid a dime for all the teaching and stuff I went through. So yeah,
That's all right, man. You have a real rich musical tradition over there, man. That's a beautiful thing, man.
yeah. I got a library. I got a library inside my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, of music.
So how did you? I mean, you're a big guy. I can see that. How did you become a bodyguard, though? When did that happen?
What? Well, they get that mixed up with the first big gig I ever got. I got the call was from Brian McKnight. I always give him praise. I was security guard at let me see, what year was this? I was married then, and I had 4 baby girls sitting on the couch. And back then, my wife was like, "Hey, that music, I don't know about that music, but you got 4 mouths over here that need some baby food, Pampers. We need heat, and God bless you with your music, but the music thing ain't happening. We need some food." So I was in the Marine Corps for a couple years, and I always enjoyed physical activity, lifting weights, because I grew up a skinny kid. I was a nerd. I just played the keyboard. So I was like that comic book. I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna start getting big. You know what I'm saying? So they don't think I'm a nerd and just play keyboard and stuff like
Right.
that. That was the main reason why I went in the Marine Corps. I'm like, give me the hardest thing they got out there. So, and it was the best because I had discipline anyway. But yeah, and I just start working out, in the Marine Corps, and when I got out of the Marine Corps, the jobs that I used to apply for was like security guard and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
was security guard at the banks, and I loved it. And that's when I got the call with Brian McKnight to go on the road with him, not for security, but to play keyboards and stuff like
Okay.
that. So on the road with Brian, I used to be like a secondary security guard with his other key. They were like, "Well, you big enough to be a security guard, man." You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah. Okay.
we used to kind of do both on the side. So yeah, it's all love.
Oh yeah. What was that experience like, man? That was your first outing like that. What was that like?
It was incredible, and I learned a lot. And thank God it was someone like Brian McKnight, because he was well structured and coming off of hits, anytime and stuff like that.
Right.
So I got right into a situation where it was developed, and I just learned a lot out there being on the road. Just I was putting everything underneath my belt, and then I was like, I know what I want to do. I want to produce. That's when I know being on the road, that was cool, but I wanted something more than that. I'm like, yeah, I want to produce, man. I got it. So that's when I figured it out that, yeah, I know what I want to do. I want to produce.
So what? And while you were thinking about that at the time, were you more focused on just being an artist, and then the producer thing came around, or
No,
how did that go?
I never, yeah, they had to convince me about the artist thing because I don't think I'm an artist. I still don't. I think differently. I think better as a producer more than an artist. Artist, I'm pushed into it because they keep saying, "Oh, Big Dog, you an artist." I don't believe in that. But I take it. I mean, it is what it is. But I think my focus and what I am best at is producing.
That's all right. So take me behind the scenes on the producing thing. You as a producer, I know you can do it all. You can write, you can do whatever. But what is normally your approach if somebody like Marion Meadows says, "Hey, Big Dog, I got this track right here. Can you do something with it?" Or how does that usually work when you come to producing though?
Yeah, as what I'm saying, I've been doing this for a while. My good friend, I mean, I can just keep speaking about so many artists that have really helped me to get where I'm at as far as producing, because I don't work with a whole bunch of artists. Phil Perry was the first one that gave me the deal to say I was on the Rhythm of Love tour, and he said, "You know what? I'm going to work with you. I'm going to have you produce." And he was the first one that came through with that, where I was on the album. I think it's called Magic. That was with Barry Eastman, and I produced. I think it was like 3 songs. So I really start getting the understanding about what producing is and stuff like that. And each artist is different. How I go about it, or because most artists, when they want to be produced, is looking for a certain thing that the producer can bring out of them. Matter of fact, I'm working on Marion Meadows' new record right now. You know what I mean? So that's
Okay.
funny you would mention his name. Yeah, yeah,
That's my guy there, man. I like me some Mary. I met him a couple times, and I just at the NAM show recently. I kicked it with him over there a little bit too, man.
yeah,
Great,
yeah.
great
Good
guy,
guy.
man. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Love Marion. Yeah.
yeah, he good people, man. So you also worked with Will Downing and Mesa. I love Mesa, man. Talk to me about
Oh yeah.
Mesa.
Uh, she's such a great person. That's my sweetheart. Love her to death. She was just up here last week. We did a song, and then we have the new single out, "Street Life." That's me. I
Okay,
produced that with JJ on guitar. We featured him. So yeah, it's I love working with her. We've been working together long time. We was nominated for a Grammy also. Quiet Fire, a song by Nancy Wilson did it, and we got nominated for a Grammy back in the day. I think about 4 or 5 years ago. So yep, love her.
Yeah, she's
Work,
amazing,
work,
man.
working on her new record. Like I said, we got the first single. Uh, the first single came out, and then the album, that single drops March the 20th, which is, I think that's tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So that single drops tomorrow.
So you've written 20, more than 20 top tens, bro. How does that make you feel when you those type of things, man? You know, you put your work out there and people loving it, man.
Yeah, I mean the number doesn't. Back in the day, it did something. Now, I'm more focused on the format. So when artists call me and they go, I go, what are you looking for? We looking to go to watercolors, or are we looking to reach for the billboard? Because that makes the song put on a different hat. You know, the structure, what elements I'm going to put inside there, knowing the format of what radio airplay is and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's different type of things that go on. So that's what I focus on more. That's when they go, hey, you calling Big Dog? Yeah, because I be reaching for watercolors, not so much of number one hits. I don't, the numbers don't do anything. It's more of understanding it. The numbers is good, but in smooth jazz, our numbers are so small compared to the music industry. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I don't really get into the number thing no more. At first, I did. Oh, you got one number one hit, like
Yeah.
woo, yeah, it's all good. But I still have the same drive, but it's just more of understanding the business of it now.
Right.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Yeah. So let's talk about the business, man. You know, back in the day when everybody was when you were doing recordings, everybody was in the same room or what have you. Now, you know, you got everybody got their own studio and they send in drives and all. How does that work?
That's all. That's where it is, man. I don't see 90% of the artists that I produce or work. I don't even see them, man. It's all email, all we transfer, Hightail, Dropbox. That's
Man,
it. It
that's
ain't
it.
no. I don't see nobody, man, at all, at
Wow.
all. I mean, it's a different world, which is okay, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
When we was growing up, it was same thing. We didn't understand that. Now we in this way, and it's just all digital and AI and computers. It's just all that, man. So
What's your
yep,
what's your take on the AI thing? I know there's a lot of controversy about what
yeah,
do you
I
think about
love it.
it?
I
You
love it, man. Yeah, because just like any Michael Jordan or Wilt Chamberlain of them, right? What they had to go through back in their time. Now look at LeBron. I mean, even the ice buckets that they that they go into
yeah,
is a whole different thing than what Mike had. So
yeah,
the health thing, they go over to Europe, spend $1 million on. I mean, it's a whole different thing. So the economy wants that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So and they're willing to pay millions and millions of dollars for a person like LeBron to keep his body in shape. It ain't like I'm wearing Converses. You
yeah,
know what I mean? He can't he
yeah,
can't wear Converses on. You know what I mean? The
yeah.
shoe got to be applicable to fit in today's court, running up and down the court. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
same thing with me with music. I understand about it, and I can use it for my ability. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
saying that I can't play.
uh-huh.
No, I use it. I use it for my ability. Just like our parents used to cook in the oven. Well, it's going to take like 3 hours. They
Yeah,
put it in the oven, bacon. Now they done gave us microwaves, man. you, you just throw that joint in there a couple minutes, man. So it's
yeah,
either or,
yeah,
what you want to do. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So I look at it and yes, I grab what I need. and work with it. But you know what I mean. But get me wrong, I can play. I know. I mean, I know how to play.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
like I said, I use it for tools, like using it for
You're
tools.
right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
you got mad chops now. I've been listening to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We can play, but
yeah,
like I said, playing sometimes versus format. You know what I mean? Trying
yeah.
to get radio airplay. It's a whole different animal. You know what I mean?
Right. I was
But
watching.
it depends on what you're looking for.
You know, I was watching you and Gerald Albright. You know, the little clip I put up. And so was that like 3 years ago? You did you tour with Gerald, or you just doing a?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was my man. Yeah,
Yeah.
we was nominated for a Grammy too. I've been nominated for 2 Grammys.
Okay.
There was Gerald Albright and Mesa, and that was Gerald Albright was on Slam Dunk.
Okay.
I did that record. So after we did that, yeah, I went on the road because he was fun, and I'm quite sure he still is. But I had a lot of fun with Gerald because Gerald let me play. You know what I mean? We used to
Mhm.
have fun, man. We had fun, a lot of fun on stage.
Yeah, Gerald is the man, boy. I love that
Yeah, man.
guy.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my man right there.
So did you work with Najee and also Mickey Howard as well, huh?
Yeah, Najee was one of the first guys that took my songs, my originals,
Uh-huh.
and he was like, "Man, I'm gonna put this on my record." I was like, "Really?" So yeah, Najee has been, as you know, you get those musicians you look up to, and they help you as you go along the way. Najee's one of those that really helped me, I mean, to get to where I'm at. And yeah, I was a big um, producer. I never was signed to them, but I speak of Shawnee Records. Shawnee Records gave me my really first big break because they sent all the artists over to me. Mickey Howard, Kim Waters, George Clinton. I did the George Clinton record with Ken Burrell from Shawnee and Glenn Jones, Melba Moore, Phil Perry. I done did all those over there at Shawnee, man.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Vesta Williams, I did over there, produced a record. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
So let me ask you, the first time that you produced one of your records, the first time you heard one of your records on the radio, man, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, it was good, except for when I got the BMI check and it was like 0.1%. I'm like, yeah, you got a long way to go, brother. But it was all love
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was good, man. The earlier days back then. But I mean, it's been a good ride, man. Good because now this is all I do. I sit home and produce and write music and try to give it out to the world.
And that brings me to the woman in jazz thing you did, man. I said, man, this brother, I'm like, man, you all over the place doing great stuff, man. That women in jazz thing that you have coming up next week. Can you talk about that?
Oh yeah, man, we're excited about that. And each year I try to put on a what I want to say a theme. So each time I do it, and I think this is my fourth one. So I don't work with. I think it's the number is 28 women, different artists. The first time I did it, the second time. So this year we have the great Regina Bell. I love working with her. I got Mesa again. That's my sweetheart. And Paulette McWilliams. She's an incredible artist. Used to sing with Luther. And
Okay.
then for the instrumentalists, I got Jasmine Gent and Chelsea Green on violin. So
Okay.
yeah, we're excited about that, man.
Jasmine
Yeah.
Gant, man, she is an amazing. As small as she is, man, the way she plays that tenor
that
sax, man, is
that Bighorn,
amazing.
yeah. That's another one. I produced her last record. We had I think it was a top 20 Billboard all year was Upgrade. We wrote that together. So matter of fact, she'll be here in the studio in May, right after Women in Jazz. I'm producing her next record. So yeah, that's what we do, man.
Yeah,
That's what we do. Produce. That's it.
So what's a typical day for you, man? What I mean, yeah, just a
Well,
typical day for you?
I used to wake up early because the Marine Corps. I go to gym, but I haven't been in the gym in a while because I got that sciatica nerve acting up on my body, man.
Okay.
So yeah, that sciatica nerve is insane, man. What's that stuff? But I eat breakfast. I get my egg whites in, and then it's music. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
where I'm at, it's music. Take another break, lunch. Like I said, I love to eat. Everybody know big dog eat, man. I would tell artists, but they'd be like, hey, big dog, I really want to get this done. I'm like, I'm about to go eat. Cause you know how artists say, just give me one more. I want to. I'm like, nah, I'm going to eat, man. So they know, they'd be like, when Big Dog says it's time to go eat, we going to eat. We about to go, yeah, we about to go break some bread. Let's go break some bread. Absolutely.
Do you have perfect pitch or relative pitch?
Yeah, I've been perfect when I was growing up, and the more older we get, that joint starts slendering a little bit. It start going to the left. You know what I mean? But right now, I would say close to relative at this point. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm still up in that room, but yeah, the older we get, that joint be because
Tell me
it's
about it.
so many, it's so many. Even though there's like 8 notes, but it's like so much stuff in our head
Yeah.
now. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That
A
we
lot
may
of
think
feeling.
is that note. Yeah, it ain't that note. You know what I mean?
You know, big dog. You know, I'm a sax player myself, and a lot. I skip a lot of the stuff I shouldn't have. So I've been taking lessons, finding out stuff that I should have already knew, but I'm relearning
Right.
it now. I'm learning it
It's
now. But
relearning. Yeah.
yeah, you
Well,
know what I mean?
it's
Yeah.
never too late though,
Right.
man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Never too late. Do what you got to do. It's all love.
Hey, that's why I'm doing this show now because I'm retired now and I love music too. And my friend John Clemmer, I interviewed him, just on a whim. I said, "Hey, John, you should let me interview you." He said, "Okay," and then I did it, and that was last August. And now ever since then, I done had
You've
Mary
been doing it.
Meadows, and I got you on here now, man. So
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
man. That's what I'm saying. Whatever you believe in, what you want to do in your heart, they say just go on and do it, man. You know what I mean? Like Nike, just do it.
that's right, man.
Ain't got to tell nobody nothing. Just do it.
Just do it, man. I know, man.
That's it.
So are you on a label now, or Tripping Rhythm
No,
Artist?
I was on Tripping in Rhythm, and because I have produced so many artists up there. The first big one was Nick Corleone.
Oh
I
yeah.
had five I have five number ones with him, with
Oh,
Nick. Yeah, that was my brother. God bless his soul,
he
man.
was cold, boy.
Yeah, Nick Corleone. And then I produced a lot of artists. Lemec, they got the new kids. I call them the new kids up
Yeah,
there.
I like it.
Lemec,
Yeah.
and I did Lynn Roundtree and Adrian Crutchfield.
I
We,
saw good too.
yeah, I saw him. We went number one. I wrote that and
Oh, you wrote
produced
that
that
so,
this year.
so good?
Yeah, so
Oh,
good. That's Big Dog. Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
look at
See, that's another thing people don't know because they don't get credits no more. You don't read, people don't read the credits.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
to go find it on CD. Yeah, but that's me. That went number one
Yeah, because I
this
was
year.
talking to him about because I know Adrian, he was out here and I talked to him about that and went to his Christmas show, man. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. I did like 80% of that record.
Wow.
His new one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's a bad
yep.
dude there too, Adrian Crutchfield.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like I said, never met him.
Yeah.
All this across the internet. So
Wow, man.
it's deep. I know.
Hey, but another thing that I love about this, when I'm interviewing you guys, the love that a lot of you guys have for each other, man. Even like say, even, you might not even see each other, but that love is there, man. And when I talked to Mary Meadows, he brought up Adam Hawk, Adam Howley,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's a full circle thing here, man. It's beautiful, man. Yeah,
Yeah, and is I want to say it's not as wide as other categories. You know what I mean? Like
right,
hip hop, R&B.
right,
A lot of people's doing smooth jazz or whatever you want to call it, but the family of it is not as broad. You know what I mean?
right, right.
It's not that broad. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
but it's good to connect with the ones that is doing it in the same field and have the same energy like someone else. It's a good thing.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about gear here. I'm not a piano player, but I'm a gear guy though. So, are you into gear? Do you like check out the latest stuff that's coming out, or are you good?
Well, yeah, like I said, I like staying into current events
Yeah.
and on software, what's going on, and I mean, me, I don't need no more keyboards. I got
Right.
like 10 keyboards set
Right.
up in here. So I more go off with the software and stuff like that. And yeah, man, like the stuff I have, I brought it years and years ago, and those are been hanging on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Because I spent a lot of money. You spent a lot of money back then, so that it will get you up to these dates and times and still work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely.
So, if I ask you, who's your Mount Rushmore of keyboard players, man? Who you got, man?
Oh, George Duke, that's my man. You know
Okay.
what I mean? A lot of people say I'm like I play like him. The chords, that vibe. So it's George, and then from the jazz thing is McCoy Tyner, Herbie. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm up there in that room, and then shout out to these. They're not young kids, but these young artists like Corey Henry and Justin Schultz,
Yeah.
some bad boys, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right about that.
yeah, yeah, some bad boys. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right, man. So, what was I thinking about? Oh yeah. So, do you really you enjoy producing more than performing now, or was it always been your
Yeah,
favorite, or what?
yeah. I don't want no. They can't get me out of the house, man. I'm up here in Simsbury with the Bears. I got all woods surrounded by me. I ain't going nowhere. I have to go do the women in jazz next week, but they can't get me out.
Okay.
Yeah, and right now, man, this world's crazy traveling. You see
Yeah,
those lines at the airport? It's crazy, man.
it is, man.
Crazy.
I know, man.
So
So you ain't
I'm
down with
good.
that right now, huh?
No, nah, man, I ain't good, man. I'm gonna sit right up in here and tell them send me your wave file. We're gonna make it happen.
Now, you don't specifically just do jazz art. You produce
Oh
any
yeah,
style? Yeah.
I score films. I do documentaries. Yeah, man. I have a film that I scored on Amazon right now. It's called Neshoba County. It's about the three civil rights workers that got killed down there, down in Mississippi. So I scored that.
What's the name of
So
that
I do
again?
it.
I'm gonna look that up,
It's
bro.
called it's called Neshoba County.
Neshoba County.
Yep, Mississippi. That you know about the three civil rights workers,
Okay.
the black guy and the two white guys that they killed. They did a documentary
Oh, okay.
of that. Yeah, and I scored that film down there. Also did with Selena Albright, Gerald's daughter. We got a documentary out there called Tomato Soup, and I did that. I scored that too. Yeah, I do a lot of scoring, a lot of like commercial stuff. On yeah, a lot of commercial stuff like that. So it's just not jazz. I do hip hop, gospel. I got gospel records. I did one with Ken Burrell from Shawnee, the gospel record, and that's when I had did George Clinton records. And Ken Burrell was like, "Who is that on keyboard?" And they called up Shawnee and said, "Oh, that's Big Dog." She's like, I want to do a record with him. And she hasn't did at that point she hadn't did a record in 9 years. She's like, I want to do a record with him. So I did a record with Ken Burrell on the gospel side. So yeah, music, man. I do music.
Music. That's it.
That's yeah, I do music, man. Yeah.
How do you go about a score? Do you have to set up the scenes? They send you the whole thing. How do you do that
Yeah.
for a score?
Well, they it's like a script. They set up the scenes just like shout out to my boy Randy Boland, who was doing part of the guitar part for the Oscar-winning Sinners. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's scoring, that stuff like that. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, Randy from Philly. He plays with Will Downing too. So yeah, and I think they won. I think they won an Oscar for the best soundtrack on Sinners. So yeah, it's all planted out. The scenes is all planted out, and you go and put your creativity and your vision together. What you think this scene should sound like or be like. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting deal because when you watch it without people don't even know when you watch something without no sound, it's weird. It's the sound that brings it all together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To make it fictional, to make it scary, to make it happy. All the commercials you hear, even if they're using a James Brown sample, that sample makes that video happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, that part of scoring is very interesting.
yeah, it sounds like it, man. And you gotta be tuned in to make everything in sequence too, pretty much, right? So you gotta have everything
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it's a lot of sound. It's just not a piano sound. It's a whole lot of other stuff, man, that goes on to make a scary sound seem, like whoa. It just brings the whole film to life. The sound
Right.
of it. But if you just watch it with no sound, you're just looking at something. But the sound bring it together. Really does. Yeah.
So let me ask you, Chris, is there anyone you work with so many people? Are there artists that you would love to work with right now?
Well, I always used to say Layla Hathaway, right?
Oh yeah.
But I found out she's on the Gerald Albright record, and I played on the same song she sung on. So
Okay.
I guess I work with
Yeah,
her.
that's right.
So it's all love, man. So yeah, but Layla, and I don't work with so many. Is whoever come by at this point. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's all love.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, because what they're gonna go to the guys that's getting it done, and you one of the guys getting it done. So yeah, you get those
Yeah,
calls.
we trying. It's all good. We trying. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's all right, man. So when you were growing up, man, did you? I know you got into the R&B thing too. Did you Earth, Wind and Fire? Did you
Oh,
play all that stuff too?
oh yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
not play it, but I heard it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's in my mind. A lot of my production comes from listening to Earth, Wind and Fire. So back in the day, Stevie Wonder. All those musical implants in life implanted inside of me. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We had so many great artists out there, man. And you know, now another artist. Have you worked with Regina Harris? Not Regina. The sax player.
Bell.
The
Oh,
sax player. Regina Harris.
sax.
It's
No, no, I'm not familiar with her.
okay. All right.
No,
I thought,
not with Regina
I thought you had worked
Harris.
with her. Okay. Hey, but it's
Yeah,
all
no,
not her. Okay, my bad on that one. I thought I had saw that
no,
you
it's
had
all
worked with.
good.
Yeah, yeah, man. So let me ask you about the streaming now, man. What are you thinking about, the way the artists are getting paid now, versus record sales? And what do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I'm not so much into the streaming stuff. I mean, like I say, it doesn't pay anything.
Yeah,
I don't go nowhere. So I know the artists they have to go on the road and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because the selling of records is definitely not where it used to be, and I don't think it's going to get back there. So, yeah, you got to go out there and eat. You gotta go eat.
you got to get on the road. If
Yeah,
you're
you
gonna be
got.
an artist, you have to be on the road, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I'm no artist. Every once in a while, I may go out there and do something, but not to that statue of being an artist or every week.
Right.
And nah, I'm good. I ain't do that.
When you were playing, when you in your element, when you out on the road playing with somebody or what have you. You have any pregame rituals? Anything you do before you play? Do you have to have quiet? Do you touch your keys before, or how do you get over
No,
nerves and everything when you get up on stage?
no, it's all good, man. I ain't got no nerves when you got Jack Daniels in you. You feel me? You all right. I'm like, where the keyboard at? Let's go. Nah, no, I'm all good, man. That's what we up there to do, get to play, no rituals, and yeah, to sit down there and play the keyboard.
Do you sing too?
Nah, just like on the cuff, trying to explain to an artist what I'm hearing and something like that.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
uh,
I know notes and stuff like that, but yeah, not like actually singing. I wouldn't consider that.
what is your creative process when you writing songs? What do you get a melody first, or do you start at the keyboard, or what do you do?
Well, it's all more of a focus thing. Once I go into a song, see how it works. Just like I'm doing the Charlie thing. You know what I mean? I'm blessed. So I start off with the drums. I put the sometimes I may put the bass down with the drums, or then I put the rolls to get my good start. Just like if I'm painting a canvas, I'm going to draw out the lines and stuff. And then once I start going, then I start coloring and, what I mean, to color the song and stuff like that.
How many instruments do you play?
Well, right now I play one. That's every black and white keyboard that there is out there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, but I used to play tuba in school. I played bass, something like that. Stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, mess around.
But for the
Yeah.
most part, you just on the keys.
Yes, just on the keys, man. So that's all I need right now.
Hey, yeah, the keys will set you free, brother.
The keys have set me free.
Hey, man. So you said you did some you working on Mary Meadows record now, or you did
Yeah,
work
we
with?
started. Yeah, no, we work on the new one.
Oh, okay.
I did. I worked on his last one. That's why I'm saying nowadays there's so much stuff out there people don't even know because you don't see the credits that's on back of the CD and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So
The liner
there
notes.
there's
Yeah.
there's a lot like last what 3 or 4 years I've been doing Carl Cox. All his stuff that's me that's out there. I'm producing it and writing it. That new one, Philly Strut, that's me too. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he got a new one coming out. I forget the name of that. But he got a new one like I think in June or May coming out. Yeah, that's all I do, bro. Is produce, man. That's my thing.
I
That's
was
my thing.
I was looking at some of your discography, man, and I ran across that Rudolph song, man.
Yeah, with the kids.
That was
Yeah,
off the chain,
yeah,
bro. That
yeah.
was
I did a Christmas record up here, and we had the kids up there, and we do it almost every year. We have Rudolph come down in
yeah.
this in a hip hop way.
Right,
Yeah,
right. That was nice, man.
yeah.
I was
Oh
impressed. I
yeah,
said, yeah, good job,
yeah,
man.
yeah. I do a lot of stuff, man. Lot of stuff up there. I just did Sharon Ray North new one. That song Drive.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. That's her new one. Sharon Ray North, singer. So got that going on. Very very nice track, nice track. So yeah, man. It's just rolling. Just keep rolling.
Hey, man. I tell you what, bro, this has been a very interesting conversation, man. I really appreciate you, man. A lot of good information, man.
Yeah, it's all like I said. It's all love. I appreciate it, and like I said, what happens is that a lot of people don't know who you are and what you did until you do one of these things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
that's right.
it works both ways. So it's a good thing.
Let me ask you before you go, Chris. You have any uh tips or anything for people trying to get into the business? Any advice for musicians or singers that want to get into
Yeah,
this business?
I say this all the time. I have to thank my mother, but you know, I would say young or old, you know, just keep at it, man. You know what I mean? Just keep just keep at it. You know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with just keeping at it. What the listen, everyone can't be the best. You know what I mean? The world is not positioned that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you just find your level where you at, stay there and enjoy it. You know what I mean? I don't have to be the best. You know, people, I want to be the best. That that drive is, I want to say, it's more lesser the older you get, because now you just have more of the appreciation for where you at. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I don't have to be all of that right now. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Now at the level, you just enjoy it and thankful. Just be thankful that you at that level.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So
That's
that's
good
how I
advice.
look at it.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Before you go, can you let everybody know how to contact you, get in touch with you, or
Yeah. I'm on Facebook. Um, what is it? Chris Davis on Facebook, and on Instagram is producer slash uh, Davis slash. That's on my Instagram.
all right. And you got shows coming up? You got one next week. You
Yeah,
want to tell people about that?
next Saturday at the DoubleTree, Reading, Pennsylvania, the Berks Jazz Festival. This is my fourth one, Women in Jazz, and we're honoring Billie Holiday on that. The lady sings the blues, and it's Regina Bell, May Salik, Paulette McWilliams, Jasmine Jen, and Chelsea Greenwood. So it's going to be a great show. It's at 12 o'clock. It's still, I think there's still tickets out there in the ballroom. And yeah, man, come and enjoy the show.
All right, Chris. On that note, I'm gonna let you go, man. I really appreciate you, brother. You know, all your time was valuable, man, and I appreciate it. Humbly, I
All love.
appreciate you, brother. All right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
And this will be on Facebook and YouTube on Saturday morning. I upload them and I'll copy.
Okay, beautiful.
All right.
Nice.
Thank,
Okay.
thank you, Chris.
Take care, brother.
All right, you too. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Chris Big Dog Davis. You can catch his stuff. Check him out on Facebook, Instagram. Brother's a producer extraordinaire. Now, if you have something you want him to do, maybe send it to him and see if he'll get it for you. Okay. All right. You guys have take care. Later.